Hi there, I'm Irv. I just wanted to give you a little what my thoughts were on the Grizzly Parrot Vise, the T33900. Uh, this vise, they say that they're using a lot for gunsmithing, woodworking. But I added another one to it, which I think is I use it for leather work. Uh, so if you know what a stitching pony is, this would actually take the place of that. But uh, this my Vice. I paid for it with my own money, my own, and I want to touch base with it. The quality of the workmanship on the casting and that is again pretty much the same standards that you could expect from Grizzly. But I do have a little bit of a uh, thought that what they did is, sorry about that. What they did is they put these in there. This one's an inch, and this one's 3/4. They had that in here. Well, there's another one back over here. Well, how this vise works, how this vise works is once you tighten it, it clamps tight the shaft. But when you have something in here, I can't not go any tighter when I work on the pneumatic nailers because I'll crush the magazine or I'll crush something because I can't make it tight. This is how, by tightening this, whatever you have in there locks it to that shaft. But I can't get that tight on some of the later stuff. So what I did, I changed it to these. And these are called a clamping lever handle. This is an M8 by 32 millimeters. Again, I cut it down to 3/4 and one at half, 1/inch, and replaced them in here, which makes it you can get a lot more grip on it. It stays put. From side to side, it's not bad. But on this one, if you cranked it tight and you had this screw in there, it does this. As you're working on it, it starts creeping away on you. So with this lever one, I can clamp it. And I can do it quickly by loosening it a little bit, taking it down, clamping it, and I can actually then work on whatever I have in here. So Grizzly, I think you should take a look at this. Just an idea, but I think that these are much nicer to work with. So my suggestion, and because I think some other people will probably have the same problem with it that I did. But the quality, the casting, everything else I had said earlier is fantastic. Now, the other thing is, if you know what a stitching pony is, or if you're working with leather, grant you it doesn't have a deep enough throat. For in here, if your leather gets down, because you ain't going to go down too far. The other thing is that you can actually use 2 pieces of wood or plastic sheeting, heavier sheeting to maybe give yourself a little bit more. And you have the capability of swinging it down so that as you're pulling the needle through it, wherever it may have ended up this time, you can work with it that way. Or what you can do is you can swing it around to whatever you need. Just a thought, but it works great for a stitching pony or working with leather. So again, I mean, just look how easy that is to lock in place. But if you do, if if you clamp it tight, well, even that it still doesn't hold that well. So I think it just added insurance to that. The other thing is too, which I used a couple of times. I went and got a uh, self-locking tape measure. This guy I think came from Lowe's. So when you pull it out, it kind of stays put automatically, not one that you have to pull out and lock. So then what I've done is on the back, take the belt clip off, and I attached a magnet. And I got this, I think, from Amazon. And you'd be surprised around the shop that you get a couple of them, snap them on your chop saw, your table saw, or your workbench, and on this one, basically, is a little anvil on your thing, and clamp it down here. And what you can do is you just pull it out to see that you got a couple things that you want to make sure you can actually measure. Just a handy little gadget. I thought it would, a little handy idea that it might work for you. So, thank you. I think that's all I have to say is regarding the levers. These came from Amazon also. I hope that helps. I think we're handymen, workers, etc. We're all in this together. So just wanted to pass along my thoughts. I think it's a great Vise. So have yourself a great day.